So this is the amphibious Super Cub project. I still got a ways to go. Interior is about done. Everything's kind of test fitting how it's going to come out. Got the oil and other just tools, scuba gear, the back, first aid kit, the trim, the fuel tank selection, the lean and rich mixture, custom made instrument panel, dummy gas tank. This is going to be the choke. Let it get back to focus. Pull the choke so I can start the engine, then push to run. I'm going to try to print a 3D knob for that, something nice and fancy looking. But for now, it's just a lock nut. It's coming right along. I'm at the point now where it's, your basic ARF. From this point here on, all this is just sitting in here. I gotta glue it, pin it all in, hook up my servos. All the servos are gonna be underneath all this. I built a compartment. The receiver is gonna be here. The batteries and everything's in this. And if anyone has ever built one of these quarter scale, older style Super Cubs, they are small on the front. This is a World Models. It's about the same size as the Hanger 9. Smaller ones, the 100-inch ones. In fact, that's what this is over here. I got a Hanger 9 100-inch that's been transformed into the Grasshopper. And this was, I've done this one way before I had the 3D printer, so everything had to been constructed out of wood, and all the modifications were done by hand. This was your Hanger 9 instrument panel from one of the newer birds that they produced, the J3s and the blue and white Super Cub they made. So the fuselage on this one's the exact same size. I actually have an extra window for that plane, and I've tried it over here. It fits it like a glove. The wings are bigger on this one. This one's the 106-inch. This one's the 100-inch. But I custom did all this stuff here with the 3D printer. I wanted something different. And I gotta put my nuts and stuff in here, but I can still put wheels on it. All I gotta do is pop these off, and I got other screws that's gonna go in here, but since I'm just building it, it's a lot of the stuff has been put it together, take it apart, put it together, take it apart. And I'm not quite yet done with that. I still got, like the cowl, it's gotta come back off so I can get the mufflers coming out the bottom. Just a little bit at a time. Just got the engine in there, got the throttle servo the way I wanted it. It's up in the cowl. The whole plane's gonna vibrate equally, so it makes no sense that I need it way back here and run my push rods all the way forward. I used a micro digital metal gear servo. It's got enough torque for a throttle arm. I mean, geez, you don't need a lot for that. This is the wiring for everything in the front running to the back. I'm trying to do everything as clean as I can. I'm not really building a Top Gun plane. I just, want it clean. I'm gonna be doing the same thing when I come to do the wings in the top. Probably run the loom up one side and split it at the top where it looks nicer. I still haven't decided on what I want to do for the color scheme. I kind of wanted to do it like a makeshift, U.S. Coast Guard search and rescue type thing. Back in the 50s, they didn't have dedicated U.S. Coast Guard. A lot of smaller outfits were bought, what they could get, and then they just wrote U.S. Coast Guard on them. I got plenty of pictures of that for reference, but I thought this would look cool right here in the dark blue, the U.S. Coast Guard. Do some pinstripe work on my floats to kind of match this up here. Maybe do a red and blue to kind of tie it all together. The reason I'm thinking of the Coast Guard is because this aircraft has got the stupidest layout here on the wings. The whole wingtip and aileron is red. And I'm like, that looks almost military-ish to me, you know, or I was thinking maybe on the flap I'd put rescue and rescue, or put coast and guard on one side. So when the flaps are fully deployed, they're readable, you know, and then your standard US Coast Guard across the top of the wing. And then I can get me like a G.I. Joe Coast Guard fella for a pilot. I haven't quite yet decided. Could just go civilian. I can still do the civilian tail numbers on here and on the wing, and then do some nice pinstripe work here on the floats, tie it all together. You know, put Ken and Barbie in there or something. I hadn't decided yet what I'm going to do here. But it's not really ever intended to be used on the water. I could. The water's not going to hurt the wheel area. I've fiberglassed up inside the wheel pan, so it's concealed. You don't have to take the mains out. They're foam. Water will go right through there, no problem. The fronts, I can undo these screws, you know, flip them 180, have them come out like this backwards, bolt them back on, or take them off altogether and run with it. But everything's been, all the support structure and everything's been fiberglass in. There is no places really around here that I could fly off the water anyway, and I don't have a boat, so, you know, end up having a ditch in the sea or something. I'm not gonna wanna swim out in the middle of the lake to go get my airplane. So the idea was to be able to fly this off the ground, and I'm hoping I could do it off the grass, you know, or a nice short grass field. I don't see why not. The tail wheel design was, you know, used on all the other aircraft on the back. There's not that much weight. This is really the CG line. This is the CG line of the aircraft. So there's your main. I only have, you know, that much weight on the front. There's really hardly any weight up here. And the Cub, you know, it's got a big tail. I'm gonna try this free spinning wheels. I think maybe tomorrow, at the rate I'm going, I might be at the point where I could fire up the engine and try to taxi it around. I'll end up gluing the tail down either tonight or early in the morning and install the rudder servo. And then I'll be able to take it out in the yard and see if I can't, you know, taxi it around, see what I can get it to do. Just see if I can't get it to run straight through the grass, turn when I want it to, you know, or asphalt I'm sure will be fine. Fortunately, I'm lucky my club has an asphalt runway. I got friends that have an airport that's all asphalt. I could take this up there and fly this all day long and have a lot of fun flying it up there. That's right, Perky, I'm talking about you if you're listening. Be nice to come up there and fly this Super Cub up there off your real full-scale runway. That'd be awesome. But this is where I am with it so far. It's been a time-consuming project. You know, some points I get kind of fed up with working on it, so I'd let it sit for a week or so and kind of get on to doing something else. I've always got multiple little projects going on that kind of keep me entertained and everything. I don't know if any of you have seen my posts on my German motorcycle sidecar. Just pretty much finished that up. It needs to be weathered. Went and got another motorcycle from Hobby Lobby to just paint it up. I had so much fun with the airbrush painting them. Anyhow, I'll let you have another look here at the inside. All this stuff will probably either be glued down with hot nail glue so I can, you know, pull it up when I want and then just flake it off, or I might come up with some bungee straps or something to strap it up. But this is the inside of my Super Cub. So dust and stuff everywhere. But anyhow, you guys leave in your comments and tell me what you think so far. If you got any extra ideas I could do to it, or little tidbits of information on the Super Cubs from the 50s, I'd appreciate it.